Yes. Exactly. I'm here in Los Angeles because of make a little bit presentation for this game in July on the 17th, and I'm very happy to be here. It's an honor for me to present Bayern Munich in this way. I'm in a very good relationship with Bayern Munich. I was 12 years player for Bayern Munich. I know all the people by Bayern Munich, not only the players, same the people behind. And yes, it's a big family, and for this it's an honor for me to present Bayern Munich now this 2-3 days in US and come with the team on the 15th of July to US for 9 days, because we have not only the game in Los Angeles, we have another 2 games in Houston and in Kansas City against Real Madrid and against AC Milan, and I will be part of this tour.
Now, we've seen a very important presence of German soccer in U.S. soccer. How is this important in the relationship with both countries and in regards of growth of soccer for both, well, mostly for the U.S. in reality?
I think football is not anymore a national sport. I can watch the same, the MLS in Germany, in Eurosport, the TV channel. I can follow the MLS. And Bayern Munich is not a national brand, it's an international brand. And we are not a Bavarian, German family, we are international family because we have all around our fans. It doesn't matter, it's in South America, it's in Mexico, it's in Colombia, for example. It's the same here in US. We have, I think, 130 fan clubs around only in US, and we like to come to our fans too. It's not only a promotion to make money, it's the same to say thank you for our supporters, what we have here in America, who are walking on the street with our shirt and present Bayern Munich, and this is this big Bayern Munich family worldwide.
Now, does it mean that we will see you more often here in Los Angeles, maybe? Who knows? Being a coach of MLS, you've done it before, so
yeah, I had my experience with the MLS 19 years ago when I was playing for the Metro Stars. Was a nice experience, but now I'm traveling a lot, and I have not only the job to be ambassador for Bayern Munich. I am ambassador for the German football when I'm traveled many times for the German Football League, for the German Football Federation. I work in the TV station by Sky Germany, like you, like an expert, to give my comments about the Bundesliga games, about the Champions League games. And my life is busy, but my life is, everything is around football. My private life is my private life, but my business life, it's everything around football, and this I like very much.
Would you consider trying again for being a coach, or is that
it's done? But I think so. Yes, it has to come something special. But I am now out 6 years. I was coaching 6 teams. I had a lot of fun. I had the same. I won 3 titles like a coach too, and I had fun to work with a young talented player, with experienced player. For example, you will not believe, but the coach of Bayern Munich, Niko Kovac, was my player 11, 12 years ago by Red Bull Salzburg in Austria.
Wow. Yeah? It's very special, no?
Yeah, it's very special, yeah.
Now, Lothar, I would like to, I love anecdotes. I love to remember the past. And obviously, you had an amazing past with Germany. I want to take you back when you played 2 times against Mexico during the World Cup. The first, I
remember both games.
You remember both games? Okay, so Germany eliminated Mexico. How did that feel? I mean, you're walking down to take a penalty against the home team, and by beating them, you kick them out of their own World Cup. What was going through your mind at that moment?
I think it was nothing special. You have to do it. This is your job. You give your best first 90 minutes, then 120 minutes. I remember the game was in Monterrey. It was very hot. It was on noon. The sun was standing up, 45 degrees. One of the hottest games what I played ever from the temperature. And the Mexican fans were supporting their team. It was a great atmosphere in Monterrey in the stadium. It was a quarterfinal game, 86. And I think, World Cup games, sometimes they finish with a penalty kick out. And we won 4-1 on the end. We was believing ourselves. We didn't give the Mexican fans to make us nervous. before, because they make whistle, there was shouting, there was making atmosphere against us, but we was focused, we was concentrate, and in this moment maybe we was not only more concentrate, maybe physically we was the same, in a very good condition, because when you're tired you miss concentration. Yes. And maybe the Mexican team was a little bit more tired than the German team, and this was maybe the reason why we won this game after penalty kicks. Very happy to won this game. Sure, it's a World Cup. When you lose a game in the knockout games, right, you can go home. And sure, not good for the World Cup, not good for Mexico, because it's always good when the home team is playing long as possible for the atmosphere. But was a great game, great result for us, and was open game. Mexico has the same, the chance to win the game, but on the end we had maybe more the luck on our side, and was a winner and go to the semi-final.
Now in 1998, again Mexico, they're winning 1-0, and then you come back on the second half. Do you ever thought that you might lose that game against Mexico?
Oh, you can lose a game. You saw it last year when Mexico was won against Germany in the World Cup in Russia, and was a good game from Mexico. But the German mentality is always believing till the end. And I think especially in 1998, when we won against Mexico 2-1 in the second round, Mexico played much more better in the first half. Fernandez was missing a penalty, and it was 2-0, and maybe we will never come back. But you need the same, this part of football on your side sometime. And then we was believing Mexico was playing too passive in the defense, and we scored 2 goals in the last 15 minutes with Jürgen Klinsmann and Oliver Bierhoff.
1990, was that the best German team ever, would you believe? You guys finished without losing a game, just one tie. Do you believe that was the best version of the German team ever?
Ever, I cannot say, but I played 20 years in the German national team from 1980 till 2000, and sure, this was the best national team in this 20 years when I was a player. I cannot say this German team was better than the German team who won the World Cup 1974 with Franz Beckenbauer, with Sepp Maier, with Gerd Müller. Different time of football, different, or Germany 5 years ago in Brazil, they won the World Cup with Schweinsteiger, with Philipp Lahm, with Miro Klose, and very good players. Germany had always great teams, but I can say the best team where I played ever, this was a World Cup winner team 1990 in Italy.
In that World Cup, you only lost 1 point against Colombia. How much do you guys know about Colombia? Because that was the first time that Colombia came back to a World Cup, and I'm pretty sure you heard of Valderrama and all these great players.
Rincon.
Crazy hair, and Rincon, Asprilla.
They had good players. They had good players, and the South American football is always dangerous. Doesn't matter. You have, for me, the South American has the strongest World Cup qualification around the world, because you have 8-9 teams who can play on the highest level, who can make good results in the international competition. But first, you have to make your competition in South America. And last year, you saw how short was Argentina maybe to don't go to the World Cup with Messi, with a great player. And 1990 was completely different. We didn't know so much about Colombia, and Colombia didn't know so much about Germany, because we didn't have the social media, all the televisions. We cannot follow the South American football. And in South America, 1990, you was not follow the German Bundesliga. It was not possible. This means you have to check maybe Colombia in the first 2 games what they played before against the Emirates and against Yugoslavia, and then you see Valderrama, Rincon, and blah blah blah, all these players, or maybe here's some player who is not so fast. We get a couple of details, but we know the South American teams are always tricky, good technically player, strong players, and working very well together. And we know from the beginning it's a hard game. But I say, by all respect, Colombia had a favor. We was qualified like a first before the game. And then Andy Brehme didn't play it, and then was 1-0 for us, and we was going maybe a little bit backwards with our speed to keep the power for the knockout games later, yes, against Holland, against Czech Republic, against England, and the final against Argentina. But Colombia was believing till the last second, and then the score in the 88th minute, they scored the 1-1, yes, and with this point, they was going to the second round.
Yeah, it was great. Also was kind of special because you guys lost the final against Argentina in '86, and then how do you feel not only able to win it, but at the same time you beat the people that beat you in '86 with Maradona, one of the greatest players.
Yeah, he was the greatest player in this time, but we was not looking we was looking to make it better, but not because of the result '86. We was another team. Same countries, but Maradona was 4 years older, myself was 4 years older, new player come in the team from Argentina, new player come in the team from Germany. Argentina didn't play the same system like 4 years before because they didn't have not anymore the same quality of players like '86. Maradona was maybe playing a little bit higher level than '90, and then it was a completely different tournament because Argentina didn't dominate the games to go to the final. They had a lot of luck. They was winning 2 times after penalty against Italy and against Yugoslavia. Yes. And then they was playing in the finals the same, to don't get a goal, to maybe to go in the penalty kick out. And this was not the Argentinian team from '86. And I think Argentina was '86 the best team and won the World Cup. In '90 Germany was the best team and won the World Cup too. I think this was only fair for the football.
And then again, going back to 1990, I believe you're the only German that has ever won the Ballon d'Or of FIFA. Do you think the same method, does it work the same way now, how they choose the best players? Or do you agree when they choose all these best players of the year?
Sure, we can discuss always about the best player, yeah, but in the last 10-15 years was the domination between Messi and Ronaldo. But I think they make the difference in the world football. They won titles with their club team, and you need to win titles when you like to win this title to be the best player in the world. And I had the luck to play for Bayern Munich, not for Bayern Munich, for Inter Milan in this time, and for the German national team. With the German national team, I won the World Cup. With Inter Milan, I won the Serie A, the Scudetto, and 2 years later, I won the Europe League with Inter Milan, and in Italy was the best football in this time, like now maybe in England. And for this, our football in Italy was more focused in the media than maybe the football in Spain, in Germany, or in England in this time. And I played in good teams, and with the good results, maybe I make the difference in my teams, and with the titles, for this, I get maybe to be the best player in the world. But one part of this title is going the same to my teammates.
Are the players this day more distracted than before with social media?
Yeah,
and
sure,
all that?
sure. Yeah, sure. This is generally the life change, and how change a life, change a football. And sure, when I had the same chances to make my social media channel 25 or 30 years ago, I can make maybe better business, and I am posting more pictures than 20 years ago, because 20 years ago was not possible to send pictures from you in the world. Yeah, you need the media to make some advertising for you, or you go in the studio to have an interview. But this social media was not possible 30 years ago. But I think we have to follow the way what's happened in the world, and the social media is a part of the new style. Yeah, first, you have to watch a game on the July 17 here in Los Angeles between Bayern Munich and Arsenal London. But generally, you have to follow Bayern Munich. Enjoy.